viewers, this is your boy Political Hamzy talking all things Nigeria. If you like this content, please click the like button, the subscription button, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Thank you. Today we'll be talking about the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, which has just concluded sitting in Abuja. And as some of you know, the ruling was found in favor of the President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but we need to look at the implications of the ruling of the tribunal. A key point of the argument was that whoever wins the election has to have 25% of the votes in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory. We had a portion of senior advocates of Nigeria saying that since this is in the constitution, this has to be obeyed. Then you have another group of senior advocates of Nigeria telling us that yes, it's in the constitution, but the constitution is a living document. Basically, they're telling us the constitution changes, it moves, it should be dynamic. But the ruling has come up and they've said that, look, Abuja should be regarded as a state. And the implication for this is that now Abuja should be regarded as a state. It also means the people of Abuja can stand up and turn around and say, look, if we're to be regarded as a state, we don't need a Federal Capital Territory minister. We need a governor, a deputy governor, and State House of Assembly. But also, looking at the ruling, INEC should be called to book. The chairman of INEC should be called. They spent 105 billion naira on a system, the Beavers, whereby they upload the results in real time. And the ruling was that INEC does not need to, they're not obliged to use the Beavers. They can use any other form to load the results or bring out the results to people. But before the elections, there were rumors that, look, INEC was going to disregard using the Beavers. And INEC came out through their lawyers and said, look, this is false. Fake news, this is false information, these are rumors that we're going to use the Beavers. But I put it to you, you're a CEO of a company, you tell your shareholders that, look, we need $40 million to implement a new system which will bring about efficiency and productivity within our company. Then when you have the annual general meeting, you now turn around and tell your shareholders that, look, the $40 million we spent on this new system, we're not going to use the system and we don't need the system. What's going to happen? It's going to be a vote of no confidence on the CEO because you've wasted $40 million of the company's money. Just like the INEC chairman, you've wasted 105 billion naira of Nigeria's money for Nigerians, money that could have been used for schools, roads, security, needed infrastructure. And nobody has turned around and said, look, you should be called to order. Any other civilized society, that INEC chairman would have been sacked and brought before a tribunal to give the reasons why, after wasting so much, using so much money, you're now disregarding the system. And another reason why I believe the INEC chairman should be called to order, we now have a system in Nigeria whereby you've seen so many governors, quite a lot of senators, State House of Assembly members and Federal House of Assembly members, due to some technicality or the other, they're being removed and someone else is being put in their place. But I say, is this democracy? People voted overwhelmingly for Mr. A. Due to a technicality, you've removed Mr. A from office and you've put Mr. B, who did not win the majority of votes. So Mr. B was never voted by the people, but now the courts are imposing Mr. B on the people. It's not democracy. INEC should be called to order about this, because if INEC itself had followed due process, we won't be having all these problems. These cases won't be going before a tribunal. But, you know, that said and done, the tribunal ruling, for some it was favorable, for others it was not favorable. But I tell Mr. President, now the tribunal has ruled in your favor. You do have a big job ahead of you, because you remember, Nigeria is a country of about 200 million people. 90 million people registered to vote, but only 24 million came out to vote, and you got about 8.5 million votes. So out of 90 million people that were meant to vote, only 24 million people voted, and you were only able to get 8 million of those votes. So you do not have a majority. So you have a big job ahead of you. And just so the politicians know, the time for democratic dictatorship is it's gone, because the people politically, they've awoken. The people have realized there is power in numbers, power in their voice. So Mr. President knows that this is not business as usual. If he does not deliver, come next election, when he seeks re-election, it's going to be an uphill task. But I tell the people, do not be discouraged. We have seen what you can do when you decide to mobilize yourself. And the politicians now realize, look, we can't take these people for granted, because right now they realize their worth. The problem why our politicians, they were doing as they wanted, was that, one, they didn't know why they were elected. Two, those that elected them didn't even know why they elected them. For you politicians, being elected into office is not about you driving around in 4x4 with a military police escort and the people you're meant to serve bowing before you. Being elected by the people should be the greatest service, for the people to look and say, this man is worthy to represent us. It's the greatest service, the greatest respect that can be accorded to you. And you need to go there and get the job done. And I say to the voters, there's power in numbers. Your voice can never be silenced, because we have social media, we have Twitter, we have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have TikTok. Go out, register to vote, get your PVC, join a party, go to meetings, let your voice be heard. Next time till we meet again, this is Political Hamzy. You have a lovely day. Thank you.